Are you going to be that person who just is loving the holiday and they can think, hey, this guy really loves Valentine's Day and he's single? I'm pretty sure he's single. Maybe I'll go hang around him. I want to be that guy for people. So I'll go ahead and say this up front. I know that having a partner on Valentine's Day, having a Valentine on Valentine's Day is better. That's the thing you want. But I want to get to the point where being single and other people hope they can get to the point where being single isn't bad. It isn't that bad. And I think I did it. See, yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I had a great day. I didn't do anything too crazy, but I really enjoyed my Valentine's Day. It was a good holiday for me, and I did not have a Valentine. And I want to talk to you guys about how I made being single on Valentine's Day great. So the first things first, I recognized that it was a holiday. I went out and I saw the people wearing a lot of red, a lot of pink, and I was like, okay, well, a lot of people care about this holiday, so maybe I should care about it too. So I automatically started caring a little more about it. I had a test in the morning, so I had to get that test over with. But after I got that test done, I went and changed my clothes, I put this outfit on, and I felt good because I'm like, hey, at least I'm wearing a little red. It's Valentine's Day. And then I started telling people Happy Valentine's Day. Before that, I acknowledged the fact that there was going to be couples around, a lot of things that people hate on Valentine's Day. But I made it an objective of mine to not hate or to not give a stink eye or have any bad feelings toward these couples. I appreciated it. I went out of my dorm and the first thing I saw was a guy bringing a girl flowers. And instead of just looking the opposite direction or just having, resentment in my heart, I smiled. And I even got close to them. I looked at the guy, I like shook my head up and down, and I smiled, and he smiled at me back. And it was just kind of, we didn't need to say anything. I was just like, let's go, bro. I'm happy for you. I just like, I gave that energy out. And I feel like that's one of the most important things. You got to be happy for people because I want to be happy for people when they have good things because I want people to be happy for me when I have had good things. So I need to get out what I need to get in. If I want good, I got to give out good. And that's just a baseline standard. And then I started telling people Happy Valentine's Day. I went up to my friends, some guys, some girls, and said, hey, Happy Valentine's Day. Nothing too crazy. I didn't get them anything. I didn't make it weird. I didn't try to tell everybody. But I told people when I got the chance, Happy Valentine's Day. And they really appreciated it. And I could see it, honestly, in the people's faces that they really appreciated it, especially the people who maybe hadn't heard it yet. So I just got to the point where I was appreciating this holiday. There's a lot of love and smiles in the air, so I was going to take some of that in, use some of that for myself. And then, as I was moving forward, I started, doing my daily activities, and then I'm like, you know what? Let's do a little self-love today. So I called up one of my buddies in one of his apartments close to my college campus, and I'm like, hey, dude, I wanna go buy a ribeye. I want to buy a steak and cook it tonight. Can I cook it at your place? And then he was like, yeah, we have somebody coming over, but as long as you're, on your best behavior, not that I'm not, but he said, yeah, you can come over and cook. So yeah, I went out after I did my workout and I just bought a little ribeye steak. I bought a really nice marbled ribeye steak with some butter and some garlic, and then I just went to their apartment and cooked it. I kicked it with them. I talked to them. I spent time with some people that I loved, and I knew that they loved me. I could tell them Happy Valentine's Day. I'd be like, hey, love you, boys. Just something like that. Being around people that, you love and they love you, and maybe you don't say it too much. Hey, here's your excuse on Valentine's Day to tell people that you really care about, hey, man, hey, I love you. And just something like that. Just kind of kicking it with them. I got to cook my steak. It was beautiful. It tasted amazing. Unfortunately, I really like it medium rare, and I poured the butter, the juice of everything on it, and it kind of cooked the steak even more. So here's your sign to leave the steak for a little bit before you put all that stuff on it. You don't want the steak to cook itself. So, but even then, it was like a medium well steak, and oh my goodness, it was really good. I enjoyed it so much. And I even had some leftover like butter and stuff, and then I made some ramen that I cooked in the butter from the steak, and it was, man, it was really good. And I had a great night. And I kind of just did some important things throughout the night. I worked throughout the night, and I just really realized that I enjoyed my day. I built myself up. I kind of positioned my day that was going to carry me towards the end. Because I know if I don't set the beginning of my day, if I don't set the standard at the beginning, I'm going to feel bad in the back end. If I'm feeling awful and hating everyone at the beginning of Valentine's Day, towards the end, I'm going to say, man, I can't wait for this day to be over. But no, I really enjoyed the day because I set myself up for success early. I got my things done. I didn't want to do too much like a fairy tale. I had to do my test. So I studied for my test. I didn't do anything crazy. I just studied, took my test, and then I went back to my room and got ready for Valentine's Day. So I did that, and then I started just telling people Happy Valentine's Day, smiling at people, appreciating people and couples and everything. And that made my day great. It made being single on Valentine's Day great. I got to eat a steak. I cooked it. I loved it. I got to spend time with some of my friends, around people I love. I got excuses to tell people that I see every day, hey, I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. And I even sent to some people some silly text leading up to, hey man, I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. I was telling my brother that this steak was great. It was so good. And I was just saying the steak was the best thing ever. And at the very end, I was like, I love this steak, but not as much as I love you. Happy Valentine's Day, bro. And my older brother really appreciate that. And just little stuff like that. Having people feel love from you and receiving love from other people, you got to be in a position to do that. If I'm in a position of just hatred for the holiday and hatred for the fact that I got broken up with a while ago, or I have a bad history of relationships, or I really want a girlfriend and I don't have one. If I get caught up on that, I'm not going to make today great, and I'm not going to make any day great. Valentine's Day is an excuse to see all the love in the air and decide what you're going to do with that. How you're going to respond to seeing couples, to seeing happiness and smiles and love. Are you going to respond negatively and just be this person that nobody wants to be around? Or are you going to be around the people that you care about, and you're going to be the person that maybe people who don't have a partner on Valentine's Day, who are single, are you going to be that person who just is loving the holiday and they can think, hey, this guy really loves Valentine's Day and he's single. I'm pretty sure he's single. Maybe I'll go hang around him. I want to be that guy for people. Because I was in my friend's apartment the other day, or yesterday, and he was scrolling up and down on Instagram, and he was like, I hate seeing all these couples. Especially when they're with people they should have never been with. Like, the guy's ugly, and, I don't blame him for saying that. I've said that at some points in my life. But I tried to get him off the topic. I started talking about something completely opposite because I didn't want him to think about that. I wanted to think about, today's a great day. It's Valentine's Day. Show some love. Love yourself, man. Do something. I'm talking to you. You do something. Not even just reserve it for Valentine's Day. Do more things that remind you that you love yourself and you're beautiful and you're working hard. I had to buy myself a steak. I didn't spend as much money as I probably would have spent if I had a girlfriend, but I spent some money on myself. Yeah. I said, screw it, man. I'm going to make today great. And that steak wasn't expensive. I think it was like a 10-ounce small cut steak. It was $15, but I cooked it and I enjoyed it. I spent some money on myself and I gave myself some self-love, some positive affirmation to just keep myself going. And I told myself at the very end of the night, I said, I'm not going to reserve this love for myself and for other people. I'm not going to reserve that for Valentine's Day. I want to keep that going and show that to people all the days moving forward. So Valentine's Day, when you're single, it doesn't have to be that bad. You just got to appreciate the holiday. You just got to thank God for the couples around you that you can see and just inspire you to be a better man yourself. Maybe have a girlfriend one day. And just kind of look at the situations that other people may hate and see what you can learn from that. Smile at. Give people encouragement. Say, I'm happy for you. Or don't even have to say it. Just think it in your heart. And tell people Happy Valentine's Day. But don't reserve the love for Valentine's Day only for Valentine's Day. Love yourself. Love other people. Do that every single day leading up to Valentine's Day. And that'll make being single on Valentine's Day or any other day where something crazy is going on that you may not like, makes it a little easier. Makes being single not too bad. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, listening, consuming it wherever you're getting it from, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you had a great Valentine's Day also. See you guys.